So as I said, I went to the library again, picked up a few things. God as Trinity by Ted Peters. He's quite sympathetic to Moltmann and so forth. Jürgen Moltmann, History and the Triune God, which is a later book than his Trinity and the Kingdom, and kind of explores some other themes. Um, One particularly interesting bit that I think I'm going to look at is his conversation with Karl Rahner on kind of economic immanent distinctions and things like that. Engaging with the Doctrine of God is another one I picked up, primarily to look at the chapter by John Webster talking about life in and of himself, reflections on God's aseity, and there he kind of explores the distinction between economy and immanence in the life of God. So it has a particularly Trinitarian character. What else did I pick up? Divinity and Humanity by Oliver Crisp, because he has a very helpful chapter on perichoresis. He says in the essay, perichoresis could be regarded as a kind of theological black box. So drawing on the ideas of people like Kilby and things with their criticisms of social Trinitarian appeals to perichoresis. But he basically helps articulate what perichoresis is and the two different types of perichoresis we see in kind of patristic theology and things like that. So definitely going to check that out to kind of help me articulate perichoresis in my essay and how it's used, etc. One of the other things picked up, Gregory of Nazianzus on the Trinity and the knowledge of God. I had to read that backwards then in the camera. I thought this might be worth getting, if only for some reference and getting some different points of view to airs. One of the other guys that I'm probably going to check out, read a bit more on the pro-Nicenes, particularly the Cappadocians, will be Kelly, and seeing whether his view contrasts starkly with Ayres, or whether there's certain continuity there. Because these are the kind of textbooks, presumably, that Moltmann and Zazoulas are referring to when they talk about the distinction between East and West being a textbook kind of paradigm, etc. So that's all the books I got. One other thing I've been trying to figure out is the doctrine of inseparable operation, but I'll probably save that for another time. And as I said, I've been keen to get the primary text, so what I did is went out and bought a Kindle, because all of the primary texts are available for like $1.99. So I've got all of Augustine's works now, and probably going to work through De Trinitate, a bunch of Gregory's orations, pro and non-pro, Nicene Fathers, etc. And so there's lots of interesting things I've been able to get on this Kindle, which is quite amazing. And again, I still want to read Ad Ablabium by Gregory, or On Not Three Gods, because it features quite heavily in the kind of social Trinitarian appeals to the kind of community analogy, because I think that's one of the places where Gregory talks about it. So that's where I'm at the moment. Lots of stuff to read and just kind of swat up on. I've done the groundwork. I'm aware of the issues. It's just kind of figuring out how it all flows, getting perhaps a bit more clarity on some of the terms and ideas, and then coming to some conclusions, I think. So there we go. Fantastic.